Hey guys, Scott here. Today I want to talk about the community of Dead by Daylight and how lately, in my experience, there has been just an incredibly huge uptick in giving up, suiciding on hook, or disconnecting. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened to change this because it has been almost unplayable from at least the killer side. In the past 14 games between two streams, 10 of my games, 10 out of 14, you can go check the VODs, had people just give up and not play from the second the match started. I didn't display any tunneling or camping or obnoxious perk combos or forced slowdowns or obnoxious killers like Skull Merchant or anything like that. I didn't have any hit and run, sloppy butcher, wraith shit going on. Just literally the second someone sees me, they just stop playing the game. And this happened 10 out of 14 games in the past two streams. To the point where I'm so bored of Killer that I don't even want to play it anymore. And I don't want to play Survivor either because my teammates are also doing this. So then it's just a 3v1. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but this is the worst it's ever been. I've seen reports of people saying this, they get disconnects a lot. And it's usually from people that play Skull Merchant or Knight, or they play kind of sweaty, or they run 4 slowdowns on nurses. There's a couple of reasons in this game that's kind of justified to say, okay, just go next. There's no point even trying. But I'm playing super basic shit. I was playing Billy and Plague and Wraith with 1 or 2 slowdowns. No crazy builds or anything like that. And it was just every single game, I could not get a regular match of DBD to actually happen. So I'm trying to think what actually changed. Now, there could be an explanation for why this is happening so much because the game is kind of buggy right now. And it could be people that are legitimately DCing, but that's not the case because you can visually see them moving before it happens. So they're not DCing their game is crashing. You can see them teabagging in front of me. So they're definitely not doing that. It's also possible that they are DCing or giving up because they get hit from really far away or something like that because the game rubber bands. One of the many bugs that are definitely plaguing the game right now. And I can see that would be really frustrating and you would want to just go to your next game after that if the server is really buggy or it's laggy or just something is, frustrating like that. I get that. But again, in my games, people are DCing when they just see me or when I just hit them and they're standing still and there's no actual lag component or anything like that. So I don't think that's it either. I'm trying to think am I playing weird? But no, it happens usually at the start of a match before I've even done anything. I understand if it's a 3v1 at 5 gens and you want to DC, that's completely understandable. That's fine. Or I'm playing a really obnoxious killer, or I'm playing a killer like Wraith with an obnoxious playstyle, which is hit and run, which I don't do. So I like I said, I am all for disconnecting from matches that are hopeless or going to be miserable. I truly understand that. I'm go so far as to say I think you shouldn't remove the DC penalty because at the very least you'll have a bot rather than all these teammates that just kill themselves and they just do nothing. They're useless to you. At least a bot might do a gen, so it's slightly better. People always say, well, people might DC more, but they're just going to kill themselves or AFK or not play the game regardless, so at least give me a useful bot in the meantime, That's my whole stance on it. I know it's a fairly hot take, but the whole point is I'm trying to think about what actually changed to possibly cause this. And the only possible thing I can think of, other than the game being kind of buggy, but again, these are not the situations people are DCing in my opinion, or from my experiences anyway. They're not DCing after a bullshit hit. They're DCing just at the start of the match because they just don't like whatever they see. The only thing I can think of is the pip change to where now when you disconnect, you don't lose pips anymore. Or when you kill yourself on hook, you don't lose pips anymore. So people are slightly less incentivized to tough it out and stick it in the match. And that's the only variable I can think of. Now, I've been playing the game for a long time, so I could not give less of a shit about what my grade is. It's going to be rank 1 at the end of the season every time, so I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. But I guess I understand if you don't play the game that much, getting a huge chunk of blood points rewarded at the end of the month could be an incentive for you to stick with matches and try to keep your grade fairly high so you can get that big reward at the end. So maybe that's it. That's the only game-wide change I can think of that would explain why so many people are giving up lately. Other than that, I got nothing. I'm curious to hear if you guys have theories about this. Like I said, it could be related to the amount of bugs that people are encountering because this patch is extremely buggy, and I get that, but God, it's been miserable playing Killer, and honestly, I would assume Survivor's the exact same because they're just going to be on my team instead of going against it. But every match I've had in the past 2 days has just been a 3v1, and I'm really bored of DBD right now. It's not even the game's fault itself. It's the community. It seems like everyone queues up and no one wants to play the game. And the worst part is it's the stuff that I'm playing. I'm playing like one slowdown Billy, like one slowdown Plague. I think I got 2 slowdowns on Wraith. I don't do hit and run. Like I don't camp or tunnel. I don't do any obnoxious shit. I don't understand what do you want me to just play Skull Merchant or Twins or Blight or Nurse and just what do people want? What is the acceptable killer? I remember I had this discussion before and I queued as a perkless trapper because I was like joking, like, okay, this is the survivor approved thing to do. Perkless trapper. And someone still DC'd because they stood in a trap that they didn't see. So at this point, I'm like, why the fuck are you even playing the game? Content creators have excuses because we get paid for it. It makes sense. But if you're so unhappy with the game that you just disconnect every fucking game, why are you playing the game? Go do something else. Kote was right. Everyone gave him shit, but he was actually the hero. If you're actually that upset with the game, God, just go play something else because you guys are just boring the shit out of me lately, and I don't know what to do to fix it. I just don't want to play the game at all right now until something changes, but that's it. I'm just ranting because I'm frustrated and really bored right now. So that's it. Bye.